Tonight, the masked magician pulls back the curtain and exposes the secrets to levitating a sleeping beauty without hidden wires, making gorgeous women appear inside a sealed crystal chamber, impaling a lovely lady with an imposing iron spike. Plus, the most baffling illusion of all, defying the laws of space and time with a door to another dimension. And much more, right now on Magic's Biggest Secrets Finally Revealed.
First up tonight, the magician will demonstrate a classic illusion that has been performed on television countless times and in live performances all over the world. His assistants do a little dance to get us in the mood. Good job. But no matter how talented they are, he can always use one more. Here she is. Nice. She steps up onto the chair and reclines on a board that is resting between two other chairs. Now another assistant enters. This one is apparently repossessing the furniture. The magician places the girl in a trance as his other assistants wrap her in a sheet that was hanging down from the board. Nighty-night. Beneath the board, we can see that the magician is standing on a raised platform so we can see him work his magic. He does some conjuring, and the girl rises. The assistants remove the chairs that were supporting the board. She's floating in mid-air. Slowly, the girl continues to rise. The magician motions, and one of the assistants returns with a stainless steel hoop. The magician passes the hoop around the girl once to prove that there are no wires or other supports. She's really floating in the air by magic. He passes the hoop around her a second time, just to be sure, before the assistant takes it away. Now the magician commands the girl in the air to float back down. This is amazing. And we can see there are no wires. He asks the two assistants to return with the chairs. They place them beneath the board just in time to catch it before it floats all the way to the ground. The sheet is removed, and there you have it. A beautiful girl who can levitate by magic. So how did the magician make his lovely assistant levitate before our very eyes? Here's how. When the illusion begins, a board is supported on each end by wooden chairs. The assistant takes her position and is wrapped in a sheet. This sheet conceals the first secret. Hidden behind it is a steel mechanism that is holding up the board. The chairs are merely there for effect. Without the sheet, we can see the mechanism supporting the board and the girl. When the magician steps behind the girl and up onto the platform, his body hides the mechanism from view. But how does he make her rise? The platform contains the next secret. Concealed inside is an electric motor that is connected to a hydraulic piston powerful enough to support the girl. The steel mechanism is attached to the piston, which raises it into the air. The platform's carpeted top contains the next secret. Two switches are hidden beneath the black carpeting. When the magician appears to be conjuring the power to levitate the girl, he's simply turning on the power to the motor. One switch causes the hydraulic piston to rise. The other causes it to lower. With the board attached to the mechanism, How does the magician make it appear that it's unsupported by passing the solid hoop around the girl not once, but twice? The secret here is the design of the steel mechanism. This S-shaped metal tube is connected to the board. On the first pass, the magician slides the ring close to the board and on the inside of the S. When he comes to the end, he slides the part of the ring that is trapped inside the S back around the other side. This frees the ring from the S-shaped support and makes it appear that it has passed completely around the girl. Careful choreography is all it takes to navigate the maze-like support while making it look nonchalant. Since the audience is busy looking for overhead wires, passing the hoop around the girl convinces them she is floating by magic. Even I'm about to believe it. Next, the magician steps on the down button, and the hydraulic piston lowers the girl back to her starting position. The chairs are replaced beneath the board, and the illusion is complete. Not so amazing when you know the secrets. Here's a classic piece of close-up magic that some street performers present as a brand new miracle. The magician shows us an ordinary slip of white paper. As we can see, it's nothing special. As we can also see, his hands are completely empty. He sets the slip onto the table and picks up a box of kitchen matches. He takes a match. Just one. Closes the box before striking, lights it, and then lights a candle. This is a good time to tell you not to try this at home. Next, he takes the slip of paper and crumples it into a ball. He touches the paper to the flame and, whoa, it flares up. But it hasn't burned. He unfolds the paper and it looks different. It's magically transformed into a $100 bill. A little warm, but still cold, hard cash. So how did the magician burn an ordinary piece of paper into a hot 100? Here are the secrets. When the trick begins, the magician shows us an ordinary piece of paper. First off, it's not ordinary, but more on that in a minute. As for the matches, they are ordinary, but the box contains the next secret. With the drawer slit open, there is a space to conceal something in one end, the money that he's about to make appear. See? It's a genuine, slightly crumpled $100 bill. Before the trick begins, the magician crumples the bill into a ball so that it can easily fit inside the end of the matchbox. This way he can show his hands empty at the start of the trick. He slides the drawer out just far enough to allow some room for the bill, which he stuffs inside. There it is. Here's how it works. When he's ready to burn the paper, he takes out a match, slides the drawer back in, and the bill slips into his hand. Here we see how he does it. There's the 100. With the money concealed in his palm, the magician lights the candle and prepares to burn the white slip by crumpling it in his hand. What we don't see is that he's actually crumpling the white paper around the 100. When he burns the white slip, the real bill is inside, ready to appear. But why doesn't the money burn up with the paper? Remember I said it's not ordinary. It's special chemically treated flash paper that burns instantly and creates bright flames. The 100 is unharmed. All the magician has to do is reveal it, and the trick is complete. But the real money is in knowing how it's done.
Up next, the secrets to creating beautiful women from a cloud of smoke, and the mysterious comings and goings through the door to an alternate universe. Then, find out how the magician loses his stomach and lives to impale an innocent girl with an iron spike. And much more, when magic's biggest secrets finally revealed returns.
The global music event comes to My Network TV with the biggest stars from
For this next illusion, the magician will use this giant cylindrical crystal chamber. This looks like something out of either a science lab or science fiction. For now, let's just stick to the facts. The magician opens the door to the chamber so we can see that there is nothing inside, and we can see all the way through. He closes the door and lets us get another look before the magic begins. He does a little bit of conjuring, and suddenly the cylinder starts to fill with smoke. Funny, I didn't think there were any places left where you could smoke inside. Wow, a beautiful girl. I know smoking is bad for your health, but she looks pretty healthy to me. I think I like this trick. Let's get a better look at that chamber. As the smoke clears, we can see that there's still nothing inside and nothing behind. This is one big empty tube. The magician closes the door again, and let's see what happens this time. A little wave, a little more smoke. Okay, a lot more smoke. And when the magician opens the door, presto, another beautiful girl. And there we have another amazing illusion. One magician and two smoking hot girls. So how does the magician produce not one, but two lovely ladies from the smoke-filled crystal cylinder? Here are the secrets. When the illusion begins, the magician shows us that the cylinder is empty. But notice that behind the cylinder are some ladders and a black drape. Whenever there is a black drape behind a large magic prop, you can bet that it's hiding something. From the front, with the black behind the cylinder, it looks like we can see all the way through. But on closer inspection, we can see that the clear chamber conceals a black shade that divides it in half. With the black drape behind, the black shade is impossible to detect. Hidden behind the shade is the first assistant. When the magician shows us that the chamber is empty, he doesn't walk behind it. He conjures up some smoke, signaling a stagehand to turn on a concealed smoke machine which quickly fills the cylinder. As soon as our view is obstructed, the assistant releases the shade and seems to appear from nowhere. With no smoke, we can see how quickly the shade rolls up out of the way to reveal the assistant. Once she's out of the chamber, the magician is free to walk around back because the cylinder really is empty. But where does the second assistant come from? The secret here is in the base of the chamber, which is much deeper than it appears. It contains a secret hiding place that is just large enough for the assistant. Before the trick begins, she takes her place beneath the false bottom of the chamber. The other assistant must be careful to stand only along the edges of the base to avoid stepping on her. When the chamber is filled with smoke for the second time, the girl in the base climbs out, using the smoke to cover her actions. Here we can see her standing up. Without the smoke, it's much easier to see how she climbs out. All she has to do is step out of the cylinder for a breath of fresh air and join the magician while he gets all of the applause. It was done with smoke, but this time, no mirrors. And those are the secrets. Next, the magician will demonstrate his powers of mental telepathy. One of his lovely assistants will act as a volunteer. He displays a rainbow of colorful crayons and shows them to the girl. Next, he tells her to select a crayon at random as he holds them behind his back. She's not in on the trick, so she chooses of her own free will the green crayon. The magician asks her to return it to him while his back is still